As we go into the cooler time of year, many people are going to want to go on fall time adventures. And when they do, they'll get to experience the beautiful colors of the changing leaves, sleeping outdoors without having the humidity that'll make you sweat throughout the night even when you're in your sleeping bag. And not to mention, they won't have to worry about the bugs. Some of these people, admittedly myself included, are going to be spending more time outside this fall than the previous year for seemingly obvious reasons. So today I'm going to share my top 5 clothing must-haves for backpacking and camping this fall. Hey guys, my name is Tristan. I'm an avid backpacker and camper. I want to thank you for checking out this video and stay tuned for some of this good, awesome stuff. Let's go ahead and jump right into the video right now. I should preface first that I don't mind spending a little extra money for good quality products. I don't do it because of the name of the products. I do it because of what the products do and what they excel at. I don't want you to make the same purchases that I do if it's truly outside of your budget. Hell, when I bought this first product, it was truly outside of my budget, and many times when I go out and buy stuff for camping and backpacking and cameras, it's typically outside of my budget. When it comes to footwear, which is personally my number one, I don't tend to neglect it. Now, whether your feet are too hot, too cold, or too wet, it can lead to some serious issues. That's why I love these. These are Oboes. I bought these earlier this year when I was working as a car lot attendant at a local car dealership. I was spending my days out in the cold in sometimes 2 feet of snow with non-waterproof Danner jungle boots from when I was in the Marines. I just got sick and tired of having cold, numb, and possibly frostbitten feet throughout the day. That's when I went to REI and picked these up for around $210. They're entirely waterproof until you get to the top of the shoe, of course. They are incredibly warm, durable, and comfortable if you have to be on your feet all day. Now that we just talked about boots, I want to make something very clear. Don't start thinking that I'll go around wearing boots with no socks for hikes. Blisters galore. That just doesn't sound very fun, which is why I love Smart Wool socks. They're made from merino wool, which comes from the merino sheep, and they are wonderful. Now, these are meant for much colder weather than what you'll typically run into when hiking in the fall. These are definitely meant for anything lower than 40, 30, mainly 30 degrees. But they do an amazing job at keeping your feet, 1, dry, 2, warm, and 3, comfortable. There's a lot of padding in these, and they do run about $25 a pair. I've got 2 of them. Yes, I've spent $50 on quality socks. And they have different temperature ratings that you can purchase, and they all run around the same price. And I checked out the website, and it's actually pretty cool. They've got different patterns and argyle kind of patterns and all different kinds of qualities that you may look for. But these are my all-time favorite sock when it comes to backpacking and camping. As we all know, that leaves typically start to fall in the fall. Pun intended. Bad dad joke. But what happens when those leaves do fall? Those sticks become bare, and it's a little more frustrating if you have to run into one. You don't have that extra little bit of level of protection that the leaves sometimes can provide. And that's especially true if you're rolling through a thorn bush or anything like a rose bush or anything like that. It can lead to some pretty painful situations. You get thorns stuck in your leg, you get them stuck in your ankle, your whatever. And that's why I love these pair of jeans. They're Levi Strauss, as you can see from the name right here. And they offer a good bit of flexibility. Now, instead of all those sticks and thorns and twigs prodding and poking at your skin, it's going to be prodding and poking at your jeans, which are already a level of protection. So you want a good quality pair of jeans, in my opinion, or you can go the minimalist route, because jeans do tend to weigh a little bit, and they can get really warm, which is something that you may want in the cooler months. You might want to layer up with some thermal underwear, long johns, or anything like that to help you stay warm. And that also adds another level of protection. I know this is going to sound redundant since I just mentioned a level of protection, but it's also very important to have a good level of protection when it comes to your upper body. That's why I love a good flannel like this or anything thicker, especially for the cooler months. You're going to be brushing up more so with your shoulders since they're sitting a little bit wider from your feet, and you're going to have more opportunity to scratch yourself on branches. You're going to get caught on thorns, and it's just not going to be a very fun time. So that's why I love a good flannel. I think that's all that needs to be said on that. Now, you may get cold, you may get a little chilled, the wind may be a little much, and keeping warm when you're just chilling out around the camp, or you're trying to keep a little bit warmer while you're hiking, something that can really come into a useful situation is a good puffy jacket. Now, I don't have anything super, not like a giant winter parka, but like a down, something like this. It's light, it's easily compressible. Hold on a second. It's light, it's easily compressible. You can pack it down. It doesn't weigh anything. Now, the only downside with a down jacket like this is from Eddie Bauer. Got it for Christmas a couple years ago. But the reason I really like this is because you can get it so small. You can use it to, for me, I use it to wrap some camera lenses for when I have to go out backpacking and I want to record the trip and put it up on YouTube on this channel. And it just comes in a really handy for me. You just got to be careful when you're hiking with this on to watch out for those thorns and sticks, because they can easily tear material like this open. It's not very durable, but it does do the trick to keep you warm. And one of my favorite things to do whenever I'm hiking with this on is just to zip it up and stick my hands right here and just hike like this. I used to do this with my flak when I was in the Marines, and it just gets really, really, really toasty in here, especially if you've been walking and you got a whole lot of energy going through your muscles and just producing so much heat. It's just so comfy and cozy to have your hands right here just sitting on the inside. Now, this next item isn't really a clothing material, but it's more so a piece of gear, and for a good reason. During the fall and winter months, the sun goes down a lot sooner and also comes up a lot later. Ultimately, you have less sunlight, and to be able to prepare for that, well, just a second. You're going to want to have a good headlamp, because when you're walking out on trail, whether you're walking your dog or walking back to camp, or you're just going for a little night hike, sometimes I do that myself, it can be a real pain if you have to use your phone and you only have two hands to work with when it comes to picking up your dog's poop, scooping your own poop and putting it in the cat hole, or doing anything else like chopping wood. Now, I bought this after my last camping trip. Not my last one, but back on July 5th, and I decided at that time, I was like, I need a reliable source of light so I can actually work hands-free. And this is a Black Magic, or a Black Diamond. This is a Black Diamond headlamp. It's the Cosmo 300, and it is wonderful. It's got an adjustable high beam, which reaches up to 75 meters. It's dimmable. It's got a red light option. And it's also got a super bright light. It's more of a flood or spotlight. And it's also got a little ambient light, which also pops up to a little bit more of a high beam. And then also dims back down. So whenever you're out hiking and walking, you want to be sure to have your hands free so you can either gather your sticks and get your firewood, chop the firewood. Like I said, with excrement that we all produce, you want to be sure you have a good viable option for producing enough light so you can work throughout the night. And you don't have to waste your own phone battery, because we need our phones for emergency situations. And I don't always take an external charger with me, like a battery bank, unless I'm using my GoPro for footage. But this is a great option. This only runs maybe like $30 or $40. It wasn't very expensive at all. I highly recommend picking one of these guys up. I want to thank you guys for checking out this video. Those are my top 5 winter or fall clothing must-haves, and well, one gear must-have when you're backpacking and camping in the fall. I'm gonna do more videos like this in the future. I greatly appreciate you guys watching. If you made it to the end of this video, go ahead and drop a like and possibly subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day.